Welcome to Kansas. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jordan. I sometimes make Pokemon Go videos and I put them on the internet. And today's episode is actually going to be me attempting a challenge in the state of Kansas. To those that don't know, we ended up getting a lot of snow over the last couple of days. We have been in a winter snowstorm, and I'm going to attempt to hit level 50 in Pokemon Go. I am less than 2 million XP away from actually achieving the goal, and with this the XP 4.5 like times XP or whatever that we have going on for today, I'm going to try to get it done. So come join me on this adventure. Let's get it. Okay, everyone, we are officially going to attempt to get this game going. This is my first time opening up today on January 6th. I just want to show you all something with the XP. So I'm going to open the app immediately, open the game. Nope, not that. We're going to use a lucky egg. We're also going to go ahead and use a star piece as well. We might as well, since we're getting 4.5 times the amount. I'm pretty sure. Is that actually true? Or 4 times catch. I don't know why I thought it was 4.5. Anyways, we are going to go ahead, use that. I'm going to go ahead and bring out Dialga real quick. Actually, I think I'm going to have to give it rare candy. Hold on. Let's see. So we're going to use Roar of Time. We don't normally use it. Do we have any? Oh, we don't even have candy. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. This will be fun. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and add some rare candy. We have a lot. We'll start with 35 minutes or so with Roar of Time. A lot of Stardust, but let's see. I'm going to try to see if I can hit an excellent throw on the very first try. Okay, we got some rewards. Our 7th day. There's not really a Pokemon I love. I'm going to see what the field research breakthrough does. See if we get a decent Pokemon to hit an excellent throw. 20 Great Balls. I appreciate that. I need a lot of Pokeballs. Raichu's not really the best option. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try Poochyena. I hope I can hit an excellent throw here. So let's see if we can do that. I'm also wearing gloves, which is probably not the best strategy, but it's cold. Of course I miss it. Well, let's see how much XP we get anyways. So no nice throw, no great throw, no excellent. And to start the day off, we are going to get 61,000. That's insane. If I would have hit an excellent throw, that's annoying. That's crazy XP, by the way. That is like actually insane. Okay. Like I said, today is all about getting to level 50. And so I am, let's see, 28.5. So I'm about 1.5 million away, 1.4 million away. And for each excellent throw, it's going to be a lot, like 7,000 maybe XP. Let's see. I'll see if I can hit an excellent throw on the first try. Trying to figure out. There we go. We got one. So if we catch this, we'll get an idea of how much XP we're getting just off of one excellent throw on the first throw. And here we're getting 9,360 XP. So I don't know how long this is going to take me, but we're going to stay out until we get this done. So stay tuned for that. Let's go. Bruh. Bruh. Okay, so the roads are pretty good. However, the sidewalks, they don't exist here in Kansas right now. So I'm gonna have to figure out the best way to get around here. This is not going to be easy. So why did I feel compelled to come out here and try to hit level 50 in very cold weather and in the snow? Great question. Well, the reason is because I'm tired of not being level 50. It's been a long, treacherous journey of getting to level 50 in Pokemon Go. And I thought today would have been a good day for it, mainly because of the bonus challenge in particular. And I'm just tired of dealing with this. So I've got a Paris here. Man, it's gonna be really hard to not. I might have to take this glove off because I don't know if I'll be able to accurately hit exit throws. And it's slick out here, by the way. I need to, oh, this might have been a bad idea. All right, everyone, made it to our park. And I'm gonna tell you, it's awesome. because they actually like shoveled the snow on the sidewalk, so it's not incredibly difficult. Okay, I just want to make a complaint real quick. I really hate when Pokemon spawn like right on these power spots or whatever, because I can't like click on it, so I don't really know. Oh, I got lucky. Okay. As I like literally talk about it, I'm like, of course it happens, but that is a real struggle. Well, as you can imagine, playing in the snow is literally this is the worst idea I ever had, literally ever. But somehow, some way, in the frigid cold, I get blessed with a Galarian Articuno. You know, speaking of that, I'm still needing Moltres, by the way. Still don't have one. And I'm going to attempt to hit an excellent throw on a Galarian Articuno. CP 968, not the shiny. I still don't have a shiny of these either. Oh geez, of course I trolled. Of course I trolled, because that's how that works. Anyways, yeah, we literally, of course, it ran away. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are enjoying the winter vlog that I have going on right now in Kansas as I am on the hunt at level 50. You can actually watch it on the bottom screen. I think I'll have it down here. On the bottom left of your screen, you can actually watch as I continue to keep grinding at level 50. It's just catching a lot of Pokemon. You're gonna see me actually encounter a few shinies, which is pretty cool. However, with it being level 50, I want to share with you my top 50 favorite Pokemon that I have collected in the entire time of me playing this game since November of 2018, which is crazy. And during my time playing this game, I just want to share with you my 50 favorite catches, favorite finds of the entire game. I am born in 1994. I say that because yes, I am a Glazer of Gen 1. I admit that. I love Gen 2. I love Gen 3. And Gen 4 is one of my favorite. I think it's one of the most underrated generations out there. Or I guess it might be overrated, according to some people. I've been like on TikTok a lot and I've been reading that. Anyways, I really like Gen 4 a lot for various reasons. But anyways, I wanted to share with you my 50 favorite Pokemon, but I bring it up that I sometimes glaze Gen 1 because you are going to see a pattern with Gen 1 and Gen 2 probably, but there's a story or some kind of reason or rationale behind why it's one of my favorite catches. Also, side note, I do not have a Shundo, so don't expect to see one on my top 50 list. And let's begin. All right, so before we jump into the top 50 of my favorite Pokemon in my entire collection, I want to go over two honorable mentions that I have, and they are both Shadow Pokemon that I love using in the Great League for PvP. I'm not really the best PvP trainer in the world. However, I do love trying to get better in PvP, and the two Pokemon I love using specifically is our first honorable mention, and that is Shadow Abomasnow. Shadow Abomasnow, first of all, look how cool this Pokemon looks, especially as a shadow. I mean, not only is it big and scary, but it's even with the red eyes is really crazy. But our first honorable mention is going to be the Shadow Abomasnow. The IV spreads on this is really great. It's a 1 attack, 15 defense, 14 HP. It's a grass and ice type, great move sets. It's just one of my favorite Pokemon to use. I think it's a unique, sneaky choice in the Great League, and it's just, especially if you have like a really good IV spread, I love using Shadow Pokemon in the Great League, and honestly in the Ultra League as well. I don't really have a lot of great ones for Ultra, but yeah, it's using Shadow Pokemon is like super trolly. I think it hits hard and it's a lot of fun to use. So that's our first honorable mention. And the second honorable mention that I have on our list is Shadow Whiscash. Shadow Whiscash, $14.99. Same thing with Abomasnow. So that's also like another reason why I love using both of them. It gets right up to that 1500 CP max for Great League. So Water and Ground are two of my favorite typings in the entire game. And the IV spreads for Whiscash is also pretty good at 5, 15, 13. So yeah, these are my two honorable mentions that I have. And now we're gonna get into the top 50. Where is number 50 at? Number 50, number 50, number 50. All right, so number 50 on my list is going to be my shiny Lapras. I caught this in 2020. That's actually crazy. I didn't even realize this. It was actually January 1st of 2020. So literally the best way to start my 2020. I didn't even know that. That's actually insane. Shiny Lapras is, I think purple shinies and green shinies are like two of my favorites. And so Lapras is definitely one of my favorite shinies. You're going to see another purple shiny later on in my top 50 list. But yeah, it's just beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's Lapras. I wish the IVs were a little bit better. They're not. And that's the only reason why it's probably right at 50. But this Pokemon, I couldn't leave it out. Lapras is my girl. I've loved Lapras forever and ever. And yep, that's me glazing Gen 1. Let's move on. Alrighty, number 49 is my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's my ride or die Pokemon, and it is Squirtle. Now, it's a regular, normal looking Squirtle, really nothing crazy about it. I caught it in the wild in 2022, again, January of 2022. We have a lot of January catches so far. Squirtle is obviously my favorite Pokemon. I think it's the best Pokemon. Yes, I'm glazing really hard when it comes to this Pokemon, but the reason why Squirtle is on this list, it has nothing to do with it being Squirtle. It just has to do with the IVs, which is a Nundo. Getting a Nundo in this game is a 0 attack, 0 defense, 0 HP. And I have, I think, 9 now, I'm pretty sure. And Squirtle's just amazing. I mean, it's my favorite Nundo that I have in the game. I recently got a Delibird Nundo. That's pretty cool. I've talked about Delibird in one of my previous videos, so yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Anyways, not talking about Pokemon that are not in the top 50. We're talking about Pokemon that are in the top 50. And Squirtle, my Nundo Squirtle did make the list. Squirtle's my favorite Pokemon ever, and you're gonna see Squirtle again, but for different reasons. Anyways, moving on. Number 48 on my list is Fuecoco. Now, I may not be pronouncing the name right, I apologize. However, this is one of the cutest Pokemon I have ever seen in my entire life. The fact that this thing turns into a scary, fire-breathing shadow ball using alligator crocodile is insane. It looks amazing. The artwork is beautiful. This might be one of my favorite fire type gen starters of all time. I mean, that's how much I love this Pokemon. It's a hundo, by the way. It's a 100% IV. When I say hundo, it just means 15 attack, 15 defense, 15 HP. It's just perfect stats. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to maxing this out and evolving it in the future. But yeah, this is one of the cutest, most amazing Pokemon that I have on this list. Okay, so number 47 is going to be one of my favorite shinies that I caught last year, and it's going to be from one of the most recent events with Toxtricity. I forget the name of the event, but it is the shiny Snorlax with the black like leather jacket that has the Pokeball, Great Ball, Ultra Ball. I think this is one of the best looking. I think Snorlax and Munchlax and Snorlax is like, I think one of the cleanest shinies that we have in the game. But this was like one of my highlight catches of last year. I was really proud of this one, getting it in a raid. I was raiding it by myself and I invited like one of my best friends who like lives over in Massachusetts. So it was really cool to get this Pokemon. I was really happy about it. So yeah, the Go Wild area, that's the name of the event. Number 46 on my list is going to be my shiny Unknown. I think it's the letter T. I think it's T. It looks like a T. I'm pretty sure it's T. Unknown, getting a shiny Unknown was like one of my biggest goals forever, and it took me literally forever to get one. I caught it during Go Fest in New York City, which makes this catch extra special. I have a lot of New York City Go Fest catches in my top 50 just because it was New York. It's the first event that I've ever traveled to for Pokemon Go. And Unknown is a really cool. I thought Unknown was a really cool concept. I was really, I really enjoyed it so much when I was watching Pokemon, the third movie. That was like one of my favorite aspects of that movie was like the Unknown and how powerful they were together. It was really weird, but like cool at the same time. Anyways, I love Unknown. Great Pokemon. And it was a really good catch. One of my favorites. Number 46. Moving right along to number 45, it's going to be my shiny Zorua. Zorua is one of my favorite dark type Pokemon. It's probably top 2. It's probably between Zoroark and, you know, Umbreon, probably. But anyways, yeah, Zorua, this is a beautiful shiny. I was really proud of this catch. I caught it during the event in March of last year. It was the last day of March, and caught it in my neighborhood where I lived at the time. And yeah, it's a great catch. The IVs are not good at all, but an amazing catch. And so really trying to get a hundo of this, of Zorua in the future. But yeah, we're definitely going with Zorua in the top. 50. Number 44 is my shiny Ditto, and I caught this in the wild in 2023, December of 2023, and this was a great catch. I think Ditto is like, again, one of the cleanest shinies. I didn't solely pick this because I'm glazing. I think the Zorua and the Ditto catch, being able to catch a random Pokemon and then have it transform into a shiny was like a really cool feeling for me. And when I caught the Ditto, I remembered that I was just quick catching Pokemon left and right, and I went back to check all the IVs, and I was like, I stumbled across this Ditto, and I was like, what the hell? And come to find out it was a shiny, and it was a really cool catch. So that's number 44. Number 43 on my list is going to be the very first shiny that I ever caught in Pokemon Go. It was on the first day that I actually came back to Pokemon Go. So I actually did start when the game officially came out in 2016, and I just didn't like it. I was in college and I was like not trying to commit walking around my town trying to catch Pokemon. I just did not have that commitment. I had other priorities. I had my fraternity brothers and we loved playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So, you know, happens. So anyways, when I first got back to this game, it was November 10th, 2018. It was the very first day I came back, and the first shiny I caught was a Cyndaquil. And of course, I immediately, when I got the candies, I evolved it into a Typhlosion. And this is the very first shiny that I ever caught in the entire game of Pokemon Go. The IVs speak for itself. Awful. And that is the 43rd Pokemon on my top 50 list. Number 42 on my list is going to be the New York City background lucky shiny Necrozma that I ended up trading with one of my good friends in the Pokemon Go community. His name's Adam. He's like one of the best PvP trainers in the world. He's amazing. He's just an amazing trainer. Really, really good. Significantly better than I am. Anyways, this is a lucky that we swapped. We were lucky friends before going to New York City, and we were grinding a ton of Necrozma raids day one in New York, and ended up made a choice to swap New York City background shiny Necrozma. And so that's really cool. It's what makes this unique, and that's why it's in my top 50. The IVs, again, I do not have good luck with shiny legendary IVs. I really don't. It's just sad. I really wish I can have a Shundo. It's like the most heartbreaking thing. But anyways, yeah, ended up getting it in a trade in New York City, and that is number 42. Number 41 is going to be another legendary, another shiny with a cool background, and that is going to be the shiny Xurkitree. I think Xurkitree is actually one of the best legendary shinies. The blue is so clean. It's very smooth. I just love the way this Pokemon looks, and the IVs are actually not terrible, not great. 15, 14, and then like a 12. So I'm like, oh, of course. But it is a really cool Pokemon with a really cool background. Could swap this with someone one day if we're like lucky friends, and if they have a background as well. I don't know, but it's a really amazing Pokemon. Electric typing, I love electric typings a lot, and this is like one of my favorites. So yep, shout out to Xurkitree. Okay, moving right along to number 40. It's actually going to be I'm going to sort of combine these next four together as one because they're all similar in their own ways. But number 40, number 39, number 38, and number 37 are going to be the very rare and unique clone Pokemon that got released because of Mewtwo Strikes Back that came out on Netflix many years ago. And so Pokemon Go partnered with them, and they released the clone Pokemon. So if you were lucky enough to play during that time, you got a chance to to raid Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise, and to also get yourself a clone Pikachu. And that's going to be number 40. It's going to start off with Venusaur. Again, I wish my IVs of these Pokemon were way better. I hope to do some lucky trades and lucky swap with some people. But number 40 is definitely going to be Venusaur. I mean, it just looks incredible. And again, great catch. Caught it in a raid back in 2020. And then we have Blastoise as our number 39. I love the background, the shell design of the clone. And the clone Pokemon were just such a unique aspect to that movie. And so that's why they definitely had to make the top 50. Again, this is probably glazing, but whatever. I really liked them a lot. Number 38 is going to be Charizard. I thought Charizard is honestly, between the Gen starters from Gen 1 when it comes to the clone, I thought Charizard looks the best personally. So that's why Charizard's at 38. And then of course, you can't have it without good old Pikachu with the the black little ears pointing. And so great designs. I thought it was one of the best things that Niantic came out with for the game, especially for people who do love the nostalgia and do love Gen 1. I thought it was a great idea from them. So I'm giving them my props, and that's going to be rounding off from 40 to 37. Oh my gosh, my hair's in... Yo, my hair looks terrible. All right, moving right along. Number 36 on our list is going to be my first shiny Pikachu that I ever caught in Pokemon Go. I caught it on December 20th, 2018. I look at it as one of the best Christmas presents I got that year. And it is a shiny Christmas hat Pikachu. It's the first shiny Pikachu that I caught. And I was really proud of this one. Caught it in the wild in 2018. The IVs are so bad. Look how terrible these IVs are. This is literally like the IV spreads that I get for shiny Pokemon. And I'm not joking either. It's literally like, they're always so bad. Pikachu though, I think it has very clean shinies. I think one of the most exciting things about this game sometimes is getting like a costume shiny of a Pikachu. So yeah, it's the first one. And so shout out to the first. Moving on. Going back to the clone Pokemon for a minute, one of my absolute favorite Pokemon, and I actually use this Pokemon quite a bit, and it is the Armored Mewtwo. Now, the Armored Mewtwo did also come out in raids. I actually never got one in a raid. I never had the chance to complete a raid from where I lived, and so I never got it. But what I did get was a lucky trade that I was lucky friends with someone, and they so happened to have multiple, and I was lucky enough to get one. And the IVs actually worked really well in Ultra League, which is great for me. And so I use it all the time in Ultra League. It's fun to use. And so shout out to one of the dingoes, because you're the reason why I have this. And again, it's the design and the fact that it's lucky too is really cool. It just looks sick. So that's number 35. Okay, number 34 on my list is going to be my 100% perfect IV Charizard. Charizard is not, when I think about my Gen 1 starters, Charizard is third on my list. I have it listed in order from Blastoise, Venusaur, Charizard, but I love all three of them deeply. And so ended up getting this in 2019 in Kansas City. And this is the Charizard that I used to Mega Evolve to both X and Y. And so, yeah, it's a great Pokemon and absolutely love it. That's Charizard. Alrighty, number 33 is going to be my 100% IV Serperior. My kitty cat is meowing. Sorry, 1 second. You good? You're not good. Oh, well, come here. We can talk about it. All right, sorry about that. I had a little therapy session with my cat. Anyways, number 33 on my list is going to be my 100% perfect IV Serperior. Serperior is an amazing Pokemon. This is one of my favorite grass type starters for sure. It's definitely up there for me. I love it a lot. I hatched it in 2021, so that is Serperior. Number 32 is once again, it's another 100% IV. Perfect stats, best buddy, and it is Gengar. I knew Gengar had to be on this list somewhere. I've used this Gengar a lot, primarily to battle in raids, and Gengar was just one of my favorite catches. Again, I hatched it back in 2019. I've had it for many years now, and I love using it, and it's wonderful to use. So Gengar is going to be number 32 on my list. We are going to, if we're going to have a 100% IV Charizard, we are obviously going to have a 100% IV best buddy Venusaur. Venusaur is going to be number 31. The reason why this Venusaur is in my top 50, one of the major reasons, because it's the first hundo I ever caught back in 2018. So it was December 29th. It was, what a way to end the year in 2018, I guess. And it was my first ever hundo. So it's definitely a memorable hundo. I use it a lot, again, primarily in raids, and it's a great Pokemon to have, and it's Mega Evolved. So that is number 31. Number 30 is going to be the one of two 100% IV Pokemon that I caught during the New York City Go Fest. I traveled with my friend to New York City. I went to go stay in a loft, roomed with him, and ended up raiding one raid where I got a 100% IV. I was hoping it would be Necrozma. Of course it wasn't. It was so happened to be Buzzwole, or I call the bug of Johnny Bravo's, because this thing, it honestly kind of looks more like a Samsulik, if I'm being like really honest. But anyways, Buzzwole is the hundo that I caught in New York City. It's the only legendary hundo that I caught in New York. And this is just one of my favorite catches. Once I get the XL candies, I'll be maxing this guy out. It's just an amazing Pokemon. The design of it, I really was trying to get the shiny of Buzzwole. Never got it, but I did get a hundo. Really proud of this one. It's a great catch, number 30. All right, so now we're in the 20s. Number 29 on my list is going to be my 100% IV Shadow Executor. It's the only Shadow Hundo or Shahundo. I don't really know how to say that. But anyways, this Pokemon I caught in 2020. Great Pokemon. It's one of the best. It's probably the best Shadow Pokemon I have, I guess. Yeah, it's amazing. Really am excited to use this and actually max this out and use it quite a bit, but yeah. Shahundo Executor. I gotta work on that. Moving right along, we're going to the Hoenn region for number 28, and that is going to be my 100% IV. It is from a lucky trade, my first lucky trade that ended up being a hundo, and that is Salamence. Salamence is an amazing Pokemon. It's so cool. The Mega Evolution looks literally insane. And I caught this I traded this in 2018. This person ended up catching this in Japan. It's just a really great catch. It's one of my favorites. It probably should be higher on my list. But yes, it's Salamence. Salamence is awesome. One of the absolute best pseudo-legendaries that's out there, period. Number 27. Now this might be kind of out of left field, but one of my favorite grass types in all of Gen 1 is Vileplume. Vileplume is actually in my top 5 Kanto Pokemon of all time, and I was lucky enough to find a wild Oddish that so happened to be a hundo, so of course I had to max it out and evolve it into a good old Vileplume, and this is one of my favorite Pokemon of all of Gen 1, and it's one of my favorite grass types, and it's going to be Vileplume. That's number 27. So my 26th favorite Pokemon in my entire collection, it's from Gen 3. It's one of the best Pokemon in all of Gen 3. It's one of the best, most majestic ass Pokemon in the entire universe. And that, my friends, is Wailord. Yes, the big ass whale. I'm talking about Wailord. Now, the reason why, this is a hundo, by the way, this one in particular, and the reason why I picked Wailord, big ol' Wailord, is because I have literally 9. I have 9 hundos, and if you don't believe me, look at this. All 9 of these are 100% IVs. That is just insane to have 9 of them. So that's why it's on my list. It's the one Pokemon that I have like the most hundos of in the entire game. And it's just wonderful. And every single time I get a hundo of this, it just makes me smile from ear to ear because it's just so amazing. So Wailord, I love you forever and always. 25, 24, and 23, they all have a story. They're all connected. And for me, growing up as a kid, one of my favorite animals ever was a hippo. I love hippopotamuses. And so as a kid growing up, I was really into hippos. I thought they had a big butt. That was like my main joke, I guess, that I said as a kid. Really stupid. Anyways, when I started playing this game, when Hippopotas and Hippowdon came out into the game, I was like, yo, I gotta get my hands on these. And I really wanted a shiny, and I didn't have one. However, one of my good friends, he had a shiny. He's like, yo, I can trade you a shiny, and I can also just kind of I can just start collecting hippos for you. So if I get them, when we meet up, we can do some trades and we can just like swap. So we decided to do that. And it was about maybe like 15, 20 minutes together, just like trading, swapping Pokemon. I was getting all these hippos, and the first trade that I got was a special trade, was a Hippopotas, and I got a shiny, and it was like really awesome. And so that's going to be number 23. I'll get to that in a minute. But 25 and 24. 24 is lucky, 25 is not. Both of these were obtained in a trade, and both of them were a 100% IV. And so this is like one of my favorite moments that I have when it comes to trading. It's probably my best trading session that I've ever had in the entire game. And then the shiny was also lucky. We were not lucky friends, and so at the time, and so when we swapped he just gave me a shiny hippo. It ended up being lucky. I also got a lucky male Hippowdon that's 100% IV, and then I randomly ended up just getting a female that just so happened to be a 100% IV. This is one of the craziest trade sessions I've ever had. It was amazing. I loved it. 25, 24, 23, moving on. Okay, so as we close off to the 20s, number 22 is Pikachu. But this is Pikachu with the Ash Ketchum hat. I just think this is one of the most iconic Pikachus. I really don't have, there's no story behind it. I caught it in 2019. I really wish I would have got a shiny of this one. This is the one I really want and I never got it, but a Pikachu with Ash Ketchum's hat is pretty sick to have in the game. And so it just makes me reflect on like the journey of Pokemon and Ash and Pikachu's journey together. And I don't know, it's just nostalgia. It just makes me feel emotional. I just really enjoy putting this on my top 50.
Bruh.
Number 21 on my list is, again, one of my favorite grass type starters of all time, and that is Torterra. Torterra from Gen 4. It's my 100% IV. Again, best buddy. You're seeing this as kind of a trend. A lot of my favorite Pokemon are like my Hundos because, again, I don't have a Shundo. Thanks, Niantic. Anyways, number 21 is Torterra. It's a great Pokemon. It's amazing. It has Frenzy Plant. It's wonderful. I think I like it a lot too because it reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender in the season finale where Aang went to go speak to the lion turtle. I don't know why, but Torterra just gives me that kind of a vibe. But grass types are... Honestly, grass types are like some of my favorite Pokemon ever. If I didn't love water first, I probably would love grass types, and Torterra just absolutely hits it for me. I love you. I love you. Alrighty, we are moving into the top 20. We're gonna be pretty quick about this, but number 20 is gonna be my 100% IV. One of three. I have three 100% IV legendaries. This is the first one. It is Reshiram. I'm actually really excited about Reshiram. It should maybe be higher after the news that came out for fusions with Kyurem and Reshiram and Zekrom, like the fact that that's becoming a thing in the upcoming Unova tour, I think. There's an event that has fusions, so I hope I can use this in some kind of way. But anyways, my 100% IV Reshiram, it was great. I love it. It's beautiful, it's majestic, it's a dragon, it's fire, powerful. It's just great. It's Reshiram. Okay, my favorite legendary of all time is Lugia. I fell in love with it during Pokemon the movie 2000, and this version of Lugia is insane. The shadow, it just looks absolutely sick. In game, it just looks so cool. And the IVs are actually pretty okay. 15, 13, 13. If I purified it, I don't know if it would be a hundo. It might not be. It might be 15, 14, 14. Regardless though, I would never purify it just because of how cool it looks. But this is a great Pokemon. Lugia is amazing. It's a house. It stacks up pretty well in the Master League. I just love Lugia, and you're gonna see Lugia again in the future. Number 18 is going to be one of the best shinies. It was my first shiny of this Pokemon. It took me forever to get it, and it is shiny Rayquaza. Rayquaza just looks insane. I don't really think I need to say much about it. It's just an insane looking Pokemon. The shiny is incredible. I got it back in 2020. Yeah, Rayquaza is amazing. I'm moving on. My second 100% IV legendary, and that is my Hundo Groudon. This is my most recent 100% IV from a legendary, and I caught it remotely at a primal raid in Missouri, out of all places, in 2024. So this was one of the events that had Kyogre and Groudon spawning, and so I was doing a Groudon raid and ended up getting a Hundo from a remote raid, and that's really cool. And I'm really proud of this because I only have 3 Hundo legendary Pokemon, and so I'm very proud of it. And once I get the XL Candy, I will be maxing this out, and I'll be doing the Primal as well. So stay tuned for that. Number 16, number 15, number 14, and number 13 are going to be 4 of my 100% IV evolutions. And so I'm really proud of my Evolution, my Eevee collection. I love Eevee. I played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Eevee is such an amazing Pokemon. The Evolutions are perfect. I literally think all of them are perfect in their own ways. And one of my biggest goals in this game, aside from getting, you know, the 100% IV of all the gen starters in Pokemon Go, I want to do the same thing, but for all the Evolutions. And so I want to have a 100% IV best buddy of all of the Evolutions, and I have 4 out of the 8 done, which is crazy to think about. And so this is my Flareon 100% IV, beautiful, best buddy. I love it, means the world to me, and it's maxed out, which is pretty cool. So that's Flareon at number 16. Number 15 is actually pretty awesome. I got it in a trade from somebody I used to work with a while back, and we were just swapping just random Pokemon. I was asking for Eevees in particular because, again, I'm on the hunt for this challenge and getting this challenge done. And Sylveon was a lucky, it was a lucky trade that I got. It wasn't a lucky trade. It was just sort of like full odds lucky, as we were just swapping random Pokemon. And this is my top 15 Pokemon of all time in my entire collection. It is a lucky Sylveon, 100% IV, maxed out, absolutely perfect. I mean, just look at her. Oh, I love the Evolutions. Number 14, again, best buddy Espeon. This is my Espeon that I ended up getting a while back, I think. Oh no, it wasn't. It was last year. It was last year, February of 2024. It was actually during the Sinnoh Global event. That's actually really cool. So yeah, I was stoked when I got this. And the fact that you can get a 100% IV Eevee in the wild is so crazy to me. But yeah, Espeon, 100% IV, perfect. It is absolute perfection. And then number 13, and this is the last of the Evolutions that I have as a hundo, and that is Umbreon. Umbreon is, this might have been my first Eevee hundo. Yeah, back in 2021 that I hatched from an egg that I received from Oregon. That's pretty cool. So yeah, the Evolutions, hundos, they had to be in my top 50. I love the Evolutions, some of my favorite Pokemon ever. All of them are perfect. And so I'm still on the hunt for Glaceon, Leafeon, and oh geez, Vaporeon and Jolteon. And I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do the whole like Vaporeon, Jolteon, because I already did the name trick, so that's gonna be a challenge. Anyways, that's from 15 to 13. So yeah, moving on. Okay, we are moving closer to the top 10. Number 12 on my list is going to be an extra small Growlithe. Now, Growlithe is an Arcanine, or Arcanine, however you pronounce it. They are in my top 5 of Kanto Pokemon of all time. They are definitely in my top 5. And what was great about this, it was in the wild. I was just sort of grinding at an event that was happening, and I just kind of caught this in the wild because I've been trying to hunt for a hundo, and I have not caught one yet. And then I stumbled across this one back in last year, April of last year. And this is a XXS, and it is a Nundo. I thought it was a pretty rare catch in the wild. I've never caught a Nundo that's an extra small or extra large or whatever. So I thought it was a really cool catch, very memorable for me. I was like so hyped when I caught it. I was like going crazy, and it was a great catch. Well, again, I feel like I'm doing a lot of repeats of Pokemon, but it's for different reasons, and sometimes there's a story connected to it. This is my shiny, almost 100% IV. It is not a Shundo. Wait a minute. It's not a Shundo. It is a 14-14-14 shiny Lugia. Again, Lugia is one of the most beautiful shinies that we have in the game. I think Ho-Oh is really beautiful as well. And Lugia is just one of my favorite Pokemon. And so I had to put it on here, and it's just amazing. I really wish it was a hundo. But Lugia is awesome. I love the red. It's so sick. And that is number 11. We are finally breaking the top 10 list. This is my top 10 favorite catches of all time in my entire collection. And again, these will change over time as I continue to grind and play the game. But number 10, it might feel like it's coming out of left field, but for me it's not. And it is my shiny Kingdra. Kingdra is one of the best Pokemon. I think it's so underrated in Gen 2. It's an amazing Pokemon. I love having it. The purple shiny is amazing. Again, I talked about how I like purple and green shinies the most. It is just chef's kiss. It is literal perfection. And I first fell in love with Kingdra when I watched the Pokemon, the third movie, and it was a battle between Misty versus Molly. And that movie was so cheesy and so corny as an adult when I watch it now. But back in the day, I really did love this movie, and I still love it. It's just kind of corny. But anyways, Molly was going up against Misty, and Misty brought out a Goldeen, and Molly was like, I'm going to bring out Kingdra. And Kingdra, and I say literally, I mean literally, gave Goldeen the smoke. I mean, Goldeen stood no chance. He absolutely, I mean, literally dominated Goldeen. And it was like, that was the moment that I fell in love with Kingdra. And I was like, yo, Kingdra is him, and I'm here for it. And that's why Kingdra's in my top 10, even as a shiny. And the stats are not that bad. So had to put it in the top 10. Moving right along to number 9, and it is my 100% IV best buddy, Mantine. Now, Mantine is a hundo that I hatched back in 2023. It was January of 2023. This Pokemon, I don't know what it is about Mantine and Kingdra, but I love both these Pokemon so much. And Gen 2 is really a great generation for me. I think it's really underrated. Mantine, I love using it specifically in the Ultra League. So when you have it listed as your buddy, it's over 2400 CP. I forget exactly what number it is when it's actually like set as my buddy. But I think it hits pretty hard. The Ice Beam and like the Bubble Beam is like you can spam and sort of like beat a lot of like pretty tough matchups, and then the Ice Beam can hit, you know, Pokemon like Giratina pretty well. And it's such a tank in the Ultra League. It's hard to take down, it's hard to deal with, it's very annoying to deal with it. And so that's why I have Mantine at number 9. It's such an amazing Pokemon to use, not just for Ultra League, but I just love it. I love the design, I love the way it looks, the shiny's really cool. It's just everything. Mantine is everything. I absolutely love it. Number 8, my 8th favorite Pokemon in my entire collection is the last 100% IV of the legendaries, and that is Palkia. Palkia is the first hundo legendary that I caught in Pokemon Go. I caught it back in 2019 in February. This Pokemon is just a tank. I absolutely love Palkia. It's one of my favorite legendaries of all time. It's probably in my top 5 legendaries of all time, and so maybe even top 3. But Palkia is amazing. The design is great. I just love using it. It looks like a Power Ranger. That's like the vibe it gives off. I don't know why. Just probably more like the color design. But the purple, again, I love purple. It's one of my favorite colors. So Palkia is number 8, my first hundo legendary. Let's move on. Number 7, my favorite grass type generation starter of all time. It's my favorite. I have a 100% IV best buddy of it, and that is Sceptile. Sceptile is such a great, underrated, amazing design. Like the thing is with Gen 3, sometimes like I think Gen 3 is such an amazing generation, but like what makes Gen 3 so amazing are the Gen starters and the legendary and mythicals. I think those in it by itself are exceptional, and Sceptile is like the absolute coolest, most amazing. Trico is awesome, Gravile. I can't even explain to you why I love them so much, but they are really amazing. And so Sceptile is my number 7. It's a hundo. It's perfect. You can mega evolve it. The mega evolution looks insane. I absolutely love Sceptile. Sceptile's everything. Number 6 on my list is Hydreigon. That may not even be how you pronounce it. I don't care. It is the 3-headed dark type, badass looking Pokemon. I love dark types in this game. Dark types are amazing. I talked about how much I love Zoroark and Zorua, but Hydreigon is just on a totally different level. It's probably it's my top 2 or 3 favorite pseudo legendary dragon types in the game. It's so amazing. It has 3 heads, and the reason why it's this high is because in the game now I have it listed as like 6. It's like because I'm doing this video for you all, but I normally call it Zane, and the reason why is because it reminds me of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh deck, if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's from the Yu-Gi-Oh GX series. Zane Truesdale, he had a monster called the Cyber End Dragon, and even though it's not dark and blue, it has like 3 heads, and it was like the coolest Yu-Gi-Oh monster, and that's why I immediately fell in love and got attached to this Pokemon, and I was so happy to get it. It's amazing. Hydreigon, that is number 6. Moving right along, number 5, my 5th favorite Pokemon in my entire collection is my 100% IV Luxray. I am going to eventually get this to Best Buddy. I've just been working on all the Gen starters. Luxray is, if you want to describe just like a perfect design for an electric type Pokemon, I just feel like this is Luxray. He's just insane. Luxray is just insane. I love like the dog Pokemons that are out there. That's why I love Arcanine so much, or Arcanine. And Luxray is just perfect. The fact that it can have wild charge is amazing. The shiny is one of the most underrated shinies in my opinion. And so I just love and adore Luxray. It's perfect. There are literally no issues that I have with Luxray. I think a lot of us in the Pokemon community love Luxray as well. So it's valid. It deserves to be in the top 5. I just love it. My 4th favorite Pokemon in my entire collection is the shiny Squirtle that I caught during New York City Go Fest. And so Squirtle is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I've talked about this. My friends know this. Everyone knows that it's my favorite Pokemon. It's always has been. It's my ride or die. And when I went to New York, day 1, it was so much walking. I was so sweaty. It was disgusting. It was hot. It was really brutal, honestly. I mean, and that's just being honest. And when you raid all day, I mean, I find raiding to be incredibly overrated. It takes up so much time. I did not enjoy raiding. But we raided a bunch of Necrozmas and Buzzwoles and just all the different Pokemon. And when the day was over, we ended up getting dinner at a restaurant next to our hotel after we like showered and got ready. Long story short, I just kind of opened up my app in the middle of dinner and just opened up the game and just did some checks just around and try to spend some stops in our area. And I happened to stumble across the Squirtle and I clicked on it and it so happened to be shiny. And I thought it was just a really cool moment that like, I never really have committed to Pokemon Go in the way that I did last year by actually making a conscious choice to spend money to travel to New York City and travel by myself to New York City, you know, and walk around the Brooklyn Bridge and Times Square. And the fact that I was able to find this random Squirtle, random shiny odds. I mean, it wasn't even like a part of the actual like Go Fest day. It was just a random shiny at this restaurant. And it was just like a really cool moment. And Squirtle's my favorite Pokemon. It just meant a lot to me, this shiny did in particular. And so that's why it's number 4. Number 3 on my list is the closest Pokemon that I have to a Shundo. And that is my shiny, almost 15, 14, 15 shiny Mewtwo. It is the green Mewtwo. It is almost a Shundo. It breaks my heart that it's not. I use this Pokemon all the time in raids. Mewtwo is such a great legendary, and the fact that it is this close to a Shundo, it breaks my heart, but it also makes me happy. I ended up getting this, what year did I get this? I caught it in 2021 in Kansas City. A great Pokemon, a beautiful design. Again, it's a green shiny. You know how I feel about green shinies. It's amazing. It's top 3. Number 2 on my list is probably one of the most used Pokemon, I guess, from Master League PvP to raiding to just, it has incredible move sets. It's strong. It's a good gym defender. I mean, it just kind of does everything for you. And that is my 100% best buddy, Dragonite. Dragonite, I was always madly in love with Dragonite as a kid growing up because I thought it was really cute. I love Pokemon that are like cute and adorable, and I always got that sense from Dragonite. I don't know why. And so Dragonite is definitely in my top 2. It has to be. I use it all the time for various reasons. I love using it in Master League. It's a great Master League choice, but it's so good in raids. It has great movesets, such diverse movesets. It just does everything for you. So if you're someone who's new to this game, if there's a Pokemon I would encourage you to invest in, it is a Dragonite. You've got to get yourself a hundo because it's so valuable to have in the game. Dragonite's number 2. It's the best Pokemon. I plan on going to Build-A-Bear to go get myself one of them Dragonite Build-A-Bear plushies because I really want one. That's how much I love Dragonite. It's such an amazing Pokemon. So cute, so adorable. It's Dragonite. And then finally, I'm sure you can imagine who it is, what it is. My number 1 favorite Pokemon that I caught in the game, and I caught it back in the wild, actually. I caught it in the wild in 2021, my very first hundo, 100% IV of this Pokemon. I got it to Best Buddy. I've Mega Evolved it multiple times. I love using this Pokemon. as much as I can use it. I always try to use it, and that is my 100% IV best buddy, Blastoise. Blastoise I caught in 2021. There's really not a lot to say about it. I've always loved Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. I know I'm glazing really badly for Gen 1. I get it, I'm sorry, but this is my favorite Pokemon that I've caught in the entire game, and it probably forever will be. And so that is my top 50 list of favorite Pokemon in the entire game of Pokemon Go. I hope this list changes, and I hope it evolves, and I hope I can actually put a Shundo on this list one day. And so thank you so much for watching. Now I'm going to transition to the evening of me in the vlog actually hitting level 50. You're going to see that all unfold here in just a moment, but I just wanted to give it was a lot of fun kind of going through my entire collection and selecting Pokemon that I think would be worthy of my top 50. And so this is my top 50 list. If you have a Pokemon in your top, your top 10 or your top 5 or your favorite Pokemon that you caught in your entire collection, comment that down below. I really want to hear about it. I'd love to chat with you, hear about your favorite Pokemon that you've caught in the game. So it's really cool to share. It's cool to reminisce. When I hit level 50, it was great to reminisce on this and actually create a top 50 list. So comment that down below. Now let's move on to the rest of the vlog. Peace. What is going on, everyone? So it is 7:15 at night. I've been on and off grinding. I had to go charge my phone, but I'm back outside, and I'm happy to report that I am pretty much 2 excellent throws away from officially hitting level 50 in Pokemon Go. I think it's one of the craziest things to ever achieve in this game because it's so much XP. It's such an annoying grind. I'm telling you, it's not something that I loved at all, but it feels rewarding to be this close. So I'm gonna be outside for the last few minutes in hopes of, I was really hoping just to get a spawn. I'm trying to it's obviously nighttime here in snowy Kansas, so hoping to just get a couple of spawns here. But anyways, the grind to level 50 is no joke. It's a lot of XP. It's a lot of catching Pokemon, a lot of raids. And shout out to you if you've done it. And if you're still on the grind, just don't give up on it. Just keep persisting through because it's brutal. Okay, so we're just not going to. All right, we're going to see if we can maybe get this Growlithe to be this much closer. We got to hit the excellent though. Yeah, today, grinding today for level 50. Oh my God, did we get it? Let's go. Okay, so we are, that's crazy. We're 10,000 XP. That's so insane. I cannot believe that we're this close. All right, so we got this one right here, and we're gonna do it right here on this Lillipup, hopefully, if it all goes well. Anyways, grinding out here today was absolutely brutal. It's so cold, a lot of snow. Walking in the snow kind of sucked, but I just felt what a way to start the year by hitting level 50 in this game. Anyways, we're going to do it right now. Hopefully, if we can actually hit this. That's the excellent. Did we do it? Come on. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we just hit level 50 in Pokemon Go. Woo! In the cold of winter. I cannot believe it. This is so insane. Maybe. Oh my God, no. No. Cut. All right, I'm trolling. Never mind. Okay, so hold on. I guess we need to. That's so unfortunate. All right, well, now I get to walk for a second and try to do this. I need one more Pokemon. I just need one more Pokemon catch. It doesn't have to be an excellent throw. I actually thought I was going to be able to achieve that. The last catch before hitting level 50. It has been a long time coming. Like I said, if you're on the grind, I commend you. It's absolutely brutal doing this. And it's only going to be worse when Niantic adds more levels in the game. But here we go. One last Pokemon. Of course, we don't get the excellent. I don't care as long as we catch it. Watch it runs away. No. Okay, hold on. Now we're not messing around. Hold on. Let me actually lock in for a second. No excellent. Let's catch it though. As long as we can catch it. All right, here we go. And there it is. We just hit level 50 in Pokemon Go. Oh, oh, that was absolutely brutal. And here we go. Level 50 in the game. Unreal. You get 50 Pokeballs or Ultra Balls, 50 Max Potions, an Elite Charge TM, 2 XL Candies, 5 Super Incubators, 5 Lucky Eggs, 5 Lure Modules, and 5 regular Incense, and this cool-ass jacket. Oh, it feels so good to be done. What a way to end this event, and thank you for hanging around in the challenge. I hope you enjoyed seeing my top 50 favorite Pokemon in my collection. Comment down below maybe some of your favorite Pokemon that you've caught on your journey in this game, and just thank you so much for watching. In the upcoming week, with it being finally hitting level 50, this is crazy. I caught 14,089 Pokemon. I only did 81 raids. That's insane. I do not raid in this game. And then I visited 5,327 Pokestops. This is such an insane game. I'm so glad to be done with level 50. And now I'm just going to stack up on items, try to manage my Pokemon storage. I have a lot to get through, but in the upcoming videos of this week, it's all going to be about 50. And so I'm going to share with you 50 tips in this game. You obviously saw 50 of my favorite Pokemon in my entire Pokemon Go collection, and we have a lot more videos coming up in this upcoming year. So thank you for the subscribers that I have. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. I'm so grateful, so honored that you are with me on my Pokemon Go journey, and it's really just getting started. We hit level 50, so much more to do, so much more to enjoy in this game. But thank you so much for watching. If you don't know me, my name is Jordan. I make Pokemon Go videos and I put them up on the internet, and it's a cold, wintry day. I did it during the winter snow, where we have 11 inches here in Kansas. But thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe, comment down below some of your favorite Pokemon in your Pokemon Go collection, and welcome to On the Brink 2025. We're on a hell of a start. Let's go. I did not realize I got a message. Hold on. I think we should maybe take a look at this before I sign off for real. Okay. I knew I'd see you here before long. It's Jordan Brink. It took way too long, by the way. I'm so sorry about that. But before we begin this challenge, let's take a couple of deep breaths together, shall we? It's really cold. Let's continue. In and out one more time. In and out. There, that's better. A few deep breaths go a long way when you need to clear your mind and focus on the task at hand. And you'll need plenty of focus for what I'll be throwing your way next. Oh, geez, that's not good. Get it? Throwing? Wow, good one. Anyway, the sign of a truly great trainer is their dedication to training, and true dedication takes time to prove. Your next few tasks will take some time to complete, but don't worry, start with a deep breath and be sure to enjoy yourself. Training can be hard work, but don't forget it's supposed to be fun too. And this has been fun. It's been a fun journey. And here we go. Level 50 challenge. Make 500 great curveball throws. Visit Pokestops 15 days in a row, and then make 5 excellent throws in a row. You get a Pokemon and you get a bunch of Stardust. Whew, that'll be a fun challenge. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Throughout my time these last few months, I've just been feeling sometimes isolated and alone, and this game has really helped me along the way. It feels good to be back. And if you ever need someone to talk to, always reach out to someone, especially during tough times, because I know I've been through it, and this game has helped me along the way for sure. So get connected with your community with Pokemon Go. Join On the Brink community here. I have a lot of plans in store for the upcoming year. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic day. Let's go! Let's get out of here.